So while traveling in India, I met my husband, who is a farmer, not highly educated, fell in love, married him, left Mumbai. My family and friends were horrified. Just keep this slide. My family and friends were horrified because they thought I won't be able to stay in a small village in Maswat, small town. A Bombay girl going to that small place where there was no running water, no electricity, no transportation. So, but I felt like I want to work with the community there. Of course, life was not very easy though, but every day something new would happen. And so one day, this lady, Kantabai, whom you are watching on the screen, she came to me and she said, I want to open a saving account. And I was like, Kantabai, you are doing your business on street. You are staying with your family on street. Do you even have a money to save? And she was insistent. She said that I do my business on the street, I stay with my family on the street, and in our area, the temperature is very high in summer, and it goes beyond 48 degrees Celsius. And so I want to save so that I can buy a tarpaulin sheet to have a shelter for my family, so I want to save. So I said, okay, if you really want to save, why don't we go to the banks? So I took Kantabai and I said that, Kantabai wants to open a saving account and she wants to save. The banker said that her savings are too small. She wanted to save 5 rupees, 10 rupees a day. And banker said that she's not an affordable client for us. And I felt like she's not asking for loan. She's not asking for subsidy. She's not asking anybody money. What she's asking is to save her hard-earned money. And that she has right. So then it came to in my mind that if banks are not opening the account of Kantabai, why can't we start a bank for women like Kantabai? You can play the slide. And so then we decided to apply for the banking license. Just stop here with the slide. And actually, I was very excited. And anyway, I was known to Mumbai, so I directly went to Central Bank, Reserve Bank of India, and I said that, we want to start a women's bank, and these women want to do savings, and that is the only way you can do it. And so when I went with the application, the RBI said that the application had the whole proposal, business plan, action plan, everything. But the promoting members, who were these women, they had a thumb impression. On that ground, the central banks, our Reserve Bank, denied the license, saying that we cannot issue a license to the bank whose promoting members are non-literate. I was nervous. I was from Bombay to my village. It used to take at that time around more than 10 hours. I was continuously weeping. And I met our women and I said that, you know what, we didn't get the license. And why? Because our women are not literate. You know what our women said? We didn't get the license because we are not educated. We are not responsible also because when we were growing, schools were not there. But why are you crying? We will learn to read and write from today. And our literacy classes started. Can you imagine women who are working in the heat for so many hours? In evening, they come and they go to the literacy class to study. But they had one thing in mind. We will set up the bank. But I had no confidence to go again to Reserve Bank of India. After 5 months, we went again. And then at that time, I didn't go alone. Because I wasn't sure how would I face women again if the license is denied. So I took our 15 women to Reserve Bank of India. And I wasn't sure what is going to happen there. But when we entered the office of the director, you know what our women said? They said, you rejected our license because we cannot read and write. Our women said, we cannot read and write, but we can count. And they challenged the officer. Ask us to calculate the interest of any principal amount. If we fail, don't issue the license. But tell your officers to do it, calculate it without calculator. and see who can calculate faster. Needless to say that we got the banking license. And ma'am, thank you. But every time, and Kantabai, who was like the first person who was talking about the saving account, from her house, she was staying on the street, now she's staying in her own house, which she has bought with the support of the bank by taking loan. So these are the women who are changing they are not only just dreaming, but they are making their dreams true. And with this, I would also like to share that, when poor people get an opportunity, how they change their lives. You have this whole theme about it, right? Changing times. Can you just keep the previous slide, please? Yeah, thank you. So this is where, then when we set up the bank, we saw that many women were not coming to the bank. And we asked them, why are you not coming? They said, if we come to the bank, we lose a working day. So then we decided if women cannot come to the bank will go to them. And we started a doorstep banking. And now we have a digital banking. Now when we set up the digital banking also, it was actually an idea of women. And so one of our women who was doing making musical instrument, she was cheated by her vendor. She paid him money, but vendor said that you have not paid. And so she didn't have proof. So she came to the bank and she said, you know what, we should also have all the digital banking systems because we would have the proof of what we have done. And so we said, okay, but we are in such a remote location, there is no infrastructure, there are no fintech company, we are not in Bombay, but then we decided that we'll set up. We went to UPI and NCPI, which are the digital platform where you become a member and provide the digital banking. The UPI officer also said that you will not be able to do it. You are in such a remote location, how will you get the cloud to park your data and all that? But we said, no, we'll be able to do it. It was very interesting to see every time how you are said you are denied, but then when we set up this, when we said that we'll do it, and we went ahead with this whole digital banking. And when we were setting up all that, so our women were having mobile banking, we were having ATMs, we were having QR codes, everything. Now, while doing this banking, you always require, if you have a mobile wallet, you require a PIN number, right? So our women also, we told that you'll have to have even if you have an ATM or even if you have, so you will have to have a PIN number. Our women said that PIN number, okay, but not a great idea. Why don't you suggest us something else? And we were like, PIN number will make you have a control on your wallet, control on your money. But our women said, find some other solution. And they said, what about biometric? They said, what about biometric? And we were like, that is a great idea. They didn't use the word biometric. They said, kuch anguthe se hota hai kya karne ke liye? So then we thought, why not we do that? And then we actually adapted with the digital banking a biometric. When we did that, and when they did the digital banking transaction using their biometric, you know what they said? They said, मेरा PIN number तो कोई भी चुरा के ले लेगा, मेरा अंगूठा तो कोई नहीं चुरा सकता है ना? That is the talent. And at that time, one thing I learned from these women is never give poor solutions to poor people. They are smart. If we can do digital banking, they can also do. And they have proved it. And I'm so proud to share with you that today, in these villages in Maharashtra where we are operating, our bank is operating, and in Karnataka and Gujarat and Chhattisgarh also we are operating. But bank is operating in Maharashtra. In these villages, every day, these women who are street vendors, who are milk vendors, who are working in the fields, who are doing the work of breaking the stones on one side, but with the same hand, they are using QR code. And every day, more than 3.5 million transactions take place in these villages, and these women are doing it.